Wonder Woman stars Gal Gadot and Chris Pine and is directed by Patty Jenkins and is the latest movie in the DC cinematic universe. Previously, we've had such stellar films as Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and Suicide Squad. So, expectations for Wonder Woman were at an all-time low following those fantastic sellout hits. What's interesting is that Patty Jenkins is one of the first female directors to be handed the reins of a huge blockbuster movie like this, and I gotta say, she knocked it out the park. This is a fun movie. It's refreshing to be able to say that about a DC movie. There are some really great action sequences in this movie. I mean, it does have a bit of the Zack Snyder-y speed ramp to slow-mo moments. It probably overdoes that a little bit at parts, but in general, I think it was shot really well, and the choreography and the battles were engaging to watch, and they were always rooted within the context of the story, so there was never any just action for the sake of action. It was always to serve a purpose and to push the story forward, which is always great to see, because a lot of the time action in movies is unmotivated either by the story or by the characters, and it's just there for the sake of being there or being cool. The film injects a bit of humor here and there. I didn't feel like the humor quite landed on all fronts, but there are some moments that work. I feel like the characters in general are done a pretty good service by the script. Chris Pine really helps ground the whole movie, which is great, and he's great in it. Gal Gadot, I've never seen her be a leading role before, because I'm not sure if she's had a leading role before. She's been a side character in other franchises, like she's in the Fast and the Furious franchise, and then obviously she played Wonder Woman in Batman v Superman, but that was a very small part in the movie. People had said before that she wasn't a great actress, but it never really struck me. She was never on screen long enough for me to really notice. But now that she's front and center in a movie of her own, it became glaringly obvious that she struggles to act. The thing that works though is that she has the physicality, she has the look, she has the presence of the Wonder Woman character in particular, and so it works. Because the character is kind of fish out of water, is a bit naive, that kind of doe-eyed, blank expression sort of works for the character, but there are some truly terrible line readings from her in some of the scenes, and it just, yeah, it stuck out to me like a sore thumb.
Please slow down, Diana.
That's your leader? How could he say that? Believe that? And you!
We are going anyway.
You mean you were lying?
Robin Wright plays her mentor at the start. I love Robin Wright. She's great. I watch her regularly in House of Cards, and she's just awesome. So it was kind of cool to see her in a tough, hard as nails, battle warrior kind of movie, and she killed it. I thought she was great. And I heard that they're bringing her character back in for reshoots for Justice League, so hopefully we'll get to see a bit more of her character as well, which would be nice. Some of the things I didn't like about it is that some of the characters were kind of somewhat useless. They band together with a group of fighters to go off to the war, and there's one guy there whose special trait is being a sniper. Apparently he's one of the best snipers in the town, who never does any sniping in the entire movie. There's even a moment where it's set up that he can be the sniper to take out another sniper, and he chickens out and doesn't do it. And so you wonder, why is this guy here? What's his purpose? He doesn't seem to serve anything to the story, because the special trait that he has isn't even used in the film. And there's another weird thing with that same character when they're around a campfire and has a nightmare, and he wakes up and he kind of storms off, and this Indian chief guy says to her, "Oh, don't worry about him. He sees ghosts." But then they don't do anything with that. There's an opportunity towards the end of the movie where they actually could have brought that back and made it relevant to the story. But no, it's just a throwaway line about the character that serves no purpose and has nothing to do with anything. So it's just weird things like that that feel out of place, and I don't understand why are in there, and just kind of distract me from everything else that's going on. There's some really nice moments towards the end. It's got its big battle scene towards the end, which was okay. It was handled better than, say, the battle sequence at the end of Batman v Superman with fucking Doomsday, my god, what a mess that thing was. This is better than that. Still has some kind of schlocky elements to it, but it's mixed in with some really nice moments between Wonder Woman and Chris Pine's character that sort of help balance the thing out so that it's not just full-blown, overdone CGI action sequence, but it's actually mixed in with some heart, mixed in with some emotional moments. And so I think that was handled really well and kind of made it far more tolerable than it might have been if it was otherwise just big battle, Wonder Woman's trying to kill this evil guy and there's explosions and all that sort of stuff. So I'd give Wonder Woman a 7 out of 10. I think Patty Jenkins did an awesome job bringing this character to the screen. It's good fun to watch, entertaining, it's got some great sequences in it, it's got a bit of heart, so I'd highly recommend that you go and see it and don't be deterred by the previous efforts of the DC Cinematic Universe because they've actually made a pretty good movie now, which is nice. So I hope you like this review. If you've seen Wonder Woman, I'd be keen to hear your thoughts on it. Otherwise, I'll see you guys on the next review. Cheers.